We are your official Wildcat and Ladycat station, KSST 1230 AM, Sulphur Springs, Texas. It's time for Ladycat basketball. Let's go to Royse City. Tonight's game is called by KSST Sports Director Don Julian. Don?
James Terry, thank you very much. Welcome everyone into this Bulldogs gym here in Royse City, Texas, where the Ladycats of Sulphur Springs will be playing these Royse City Lady Bulldogs. And second half of district play. Royse City went through the first half unscathed with a 5-0 district record. Ladycats were 1-4. And so the Ladycats hoping obviously for a real strong second half, and Royse City obviously wants to keep things going. In the latest rankings, according to the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches, Royse City number 10 in Class 5A, and their season record is 22-5. They're coached by Dallas Bookout from Cooper, Texas. He knows Bruce Silman and Kurt McCain from Cooper. He's been here 12 years with the Royse City Bulldogs. Ladycats 1-4 in district, 8-20 for the season. They're coached by Brittany Tisdale in her second year. A rebuilding year, she'll quickly tell you. And a lot of youth on this team. And some injuries have mixed in also. Ladycats again will be without Colbria Harrison tonight. She has a wonky ankle that apparently is slow to heal. The teams are in the bench area getting final instructions from coaching staff. And I think they're resetting the clock here to set it for the first quarter, which will be an 8-minute quarter. JV game was a thriller. It went into overtime, and Royse City won 32-26. Let's start with the national anthem here.
What we'd like to do is, in honor of Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the other 7 that perished in the helicopter crash on Sunday, we want to honor them by doing a 24-second moment of silence runoff. So not only was Kobe a father, but he was also very influential in the NBA. Spent 20
For
years
Kobe
there.
Bryant here,
So
24 seconds of silence coming up.
Very big advocate for it. So at this time, we'll run the clock off 24 seconds. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the varsity girls basketball game between the Sulphur Springs Wildcats and your Royse City Bulldogs. This game is being conducted according to the rules and the regulations of the UIL. Regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, all of the players have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve athletic excellence. We ask that as a spectator, you consider the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, and athletes have put forth. Now, please rise if you're able for the national anthem.
Should get the starting lineups now.
For the Wildcats are at guard at 5'5", a freshman, number 2, Addison Wall. At guard, 5'9", senior, number 11, Kate Womack. At post, 5'9", junior, number 13, Nala Lindley. Point guard at 5'10", freshman, number 20, Kinsey Willis. And at post, 6'3", sophomore, number 32, Hannah Cordell. The Wildcats are coached by Brittany Tisdale, assisted by Katie Webster and Brian Jones. And now, Bulldog fans, on your feet for the starting lineup for your Royse City Lady Bulldogs. At guard, 5'4", junior, number 5, McKenna Anderson. At forward, 6 foot, junior, number 15, Zoya Perez. At post, 6 foot, junior, 25, Carla McMillan. At guard, at 5'7", senior, one and only senior, number 34, Macy Lookout. And at guard, at 6'1", sophomore, number 42, Maggie Hecker. The Lady Bulldogs coached by Dallas Lookout, assisted by Mackenzie West, Taylor Young, and Matt Rager.
So the starting lineups for both teams for the Ladycats, starting Addison Wall, Kate Womack, Kinsey Willis, Hannah Cordell, and also, who did I skip over? Nyla Lindley. For Royse City, McKenna Anderson, Zariah Pettis, Kyla McMinn, Macy Bookout, and Maggie Hutka. Kate Womack will be jumping center for the Ladycats. And for our radio audience, Ladycats will be traveling left to right across your radio dial. Jumping for Royse City, their tall post player, Zariah Pettis. No, excuse me, it's Maggie Hutka. So Hutka in there jumping with a height advantage over Kate Womack by a little. Ball's up in the air, and Hutka controls the tap. And here come the Lady Bulldogs across the midline with the first possession of this ball game. Hutka has it outside the arc, penetrates into the corner. It goes to Anderson. She puts up a shot. It's off, no good. And Addison Wall rebounds for the Lady Cats. Outlet pass comes over to Kate Womack. Royse City immediately into a press. Kinsey Willis across the midline. He's double teamed out there, needs some help. And over and back called on Kinsey Willis. So it'll go back to the Royse City Lady Bulldogs. And Anderson will throw in for Royse City. Player penetrating in, puts up the shot off the glass, miss, no good. Rebound, Hannah Cordell for the Lady Cats. Gives it to Kinsey Willis. Willis gets it over to Kate Womack. Oh, the ball down on the floor, picked up by Royse City. The ball tipped, and now Hutka throws it down underneath. There's a shot put up and in by Pettis. Royse City leading 2-0, and now they're pressing all over the floor. Ball comes into Lindley and threw it over to Cordell and back to Kinsey Willis. Willis in the backcourt. Got it to Nyla Lindley across the midline. Over to Kate Womack. Outside Kinsey Willis. Ball knocked loose. Willis got it back. Tried to get it, it's stolen by Royse City. Here's Anderson driving in. The driving layup is good. Royse City leads 4-0. And again, pressing all over the court. Ball comes in, Nyla Lindley. Lindley bounces it back to Kate Womack. She gets it over to Hannah Cordell. Some kind of violation on the Lady Cats. I'm not sure what that was. I didn't see anything, but it's a violation on the Lady Cats, and it'll be back to Royse City underneath their own basket. Here's Anderson with a three. It's off, no good. Rebound is picked up by Kinsey Willis. Pass is tipped, but fielded by Addison Wall. Wall down the court, drives inside the arc, and the ball stripped away, and another steal for Royse City. Pettis gets it over to Hutka. She brings it across the midline. Outside the arc now. I think that was Bookout. Hutka driving into the lane. Here's Pettis. He's going to line up a three. It's off, no good, but Hutka got the rebound. She backs outside the arc. Into the lane it goes. Pass is tipped. Pass from McMinn was tipped. And it'll be back to the Lady Cats here. Kate Womack will throw in. Royse City 4, the Lady Cats 0. 5:42 left here in the first quarter. Ball into Nyla Lindley. Lindley gets it over to Hannah Cordell. Cordell, pass is tipped and stolen by Royse City. Hutka gets it over to Bookout. Bookout driving in, and the shot is good on the layup. 6-0. 5:23 left first quarter. Cordell gets it over Nyla Lindley. Lindley down the court, driving all the way in. Layup misses, no good. And the rebound to McMinn. And here's Anderson down to Bookout. Thought about the three. Now drives into the lane. Dishes it low. The player fell down, though, and threw it out of bounds. So it'll be back to the Lady Cats. Royse City 6, the Lady Cats 0. So we've played 3 minutes here. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Kate Womack to throw the ball in for the Lady Cats. And she throws it, it went over Kenzie Willis's head and then right out of bounds. I'm not sure if she expected Kenzie to go up and get that, or Nyla Lindley couldn't get to it, so a turnover on the Lady Cats on the inbound throw, and Anderson now throwing in for the Lady Bulldogs. She gets it to Hutka. Hutka top of the key, right side it goes Anderson. Anderson penetrating into the lane over to Hutka. Right on the line, the shot is off, no good. A scrap for the rebound. Royse City had it but lost the ball, and it's picked up Kenzie Willis. Throws it down to Addison Wall across the midline. Stops top of the key. Gives it to Kenzie Willis. And now finds Breasia Ivory, who's checked into the game. Gives it to Hannah Cordell. Jumps and shoots off, no good. Nyla Lindley was scrapping for the rebound, and she got knocked over. Foul on Royse City. And, boy, hard for me to say what that was. Bookout got the foul. That's her first. Thank you, announcer. The pass comes in for the Lady Cats. Wall, a three. That's off, no good. The ball is tipped, picked up Kenzie Willis. Willis driving, and have a foul down on the floor.
Foul on number 15, Pettis, the Bulldogs.
Zariah Pettis with a foul. That's her second. Wall will throw in. Lady Cats trail 6-0. 4:18 left here in the first quarter. Into Bree Ivory. Breasia gives it to Wall. Free throw line, Hannah Cordell. Down low, Nyla Lindley, but taken right away by Hutka. Hutka down the court. Moves across the midline. Right side it goes. Bookout the three. That's good. Bookout with 5. And Royse City leads 9-0 with 3:54 left here in the first quarter. The Lady Cats get it across the midline. Nyla Lindley. Then the ball was tipped by Royse City. Looked like a wild throw, but Royse City got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. Lady Cats will throw in from the side, trailing 9-0, 3:44 left here in the first quarter. Kenzie Willis the three. That's off, no good. And the rebound for Pettis and Royse City. Bookout across the midline against Breasia Ivory, and tight guarding by Bree will pick up the foul.
Foul on number 1, Ivory, the Wildcats.
That is Lady Cats' first foul. Royse City has a pair. And here's Hutka driving into the lane, spinning around, put up a short shot and missed it. Got a foul on the Lady Cats. Lindley. That's Lindley's first. Each team with 2 now. Bookout to throw in for Royse City. The Lady Cats very cold for this game. They got it in. Royse City tried to get a shot underneath the basket. Now ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be last touch Royse City. Back to the Lady Cats. Royse City Lady Bulldogs 9. Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 0. And 3 subs for Royse City. Coming in is Michaelan Kaufman. And we have Shelby Aldridge and one other, and we'll get to that. Lady Cats throw the ball in, and Kinsey Willis across the midline. Throws it over to Breasia Ivory. Ivory well outside. Gets it over Addison Wall. Free throw line, Hannah Cordell down to Nyla Lindley, and Lindley put it in. Nice play by the Lady Cats. Lindley has the Lady Cats' first basket with 2 points. Lead trimmed 9-2, 2:52 left here in the first quarter. Here's Bookout driving in, down low. Here's a shot put up and hit. That was Nicole Weaver. And it's 11-2 now. And the Lady Cats get the ball over midcourt. They get it down to a Wall. Here's Willis just inside the line. Missed, but Hannah Cordell, the rebound. Follow shot no good. And rebound by Hutka. Hutka right side. Here's a long three by Royse City. That's off, no good. But Hutka, the rebound, and got in there in the land of the trees. And of course, she's a tree herself, but that was a jump ball. Possession arrow to the Lady Cats. I believe Shelby Aldridge took that three for Royse City. They lead 11-2, 2:15 left here in the first quarter. Lady Cats in the backcourt trying to break the press. Here's a pass tipped and stolen. And down court it comes. Bookout puts up the shot, missed it. Rebound down on the floor, and Royse City got the rebound. And here's a three by Royse City. It's off the iron, no good from Aldridge, and fielded by Breasia Ivory, who somehow got it to Kinsey Willis. Willis driving down the court, put up the shot, and oh, it bounced out, but Hannah Cordell, the follow shot, and she was fouled down on the floor.
Foul on number 21, Kaufman.
And the foul on Michaelan Kaufman, her first. No player has two so far in the game. There have been several. Royse City has 3 fouls, the Lady Cats 2. Comes into Cordell, 12-footer on the way off, no good. Cordell got the rebound, kicks it out the Wall, right side Willis. Willis will line up the three, off, no good. And the rebound comes down to Aldridge. Aldridge, long pass down court. It got away from Royse City and picked up Addison Wall. In the hands of Breasia Ivory, and a couple of Royse City players waiting for her. Oh, Addison Wall walked across the midcourt line. And that's traveling. So it'll go back to Royse City. I think she intended to pass and then changed her mind and took a big step while she was thinking about it. So a turnover. And now in is Kyla McMinn coming in for Bookout. Bookout, I think the only senior on the squad. That's scary. Of course, she's probably their best player. Headed, I understand, for Southeast Oklahoma. Good luck for her there. Here's a shot put up by Royse City. No good. Knocked out of bounds by the Lady Bulldogs. The official pointed the wrong way but quickly corrected herself before the Wildcats fans could even protest. Here's the ball comes in to Kate Womack. It's in the backcourt. Nyla Lindley up to Kinsey Willis across the midline. The ball knocked loose, but a foul on Royse City.
Foul number 25.
Nicole Weaver got the foul. That's her first. Royse City now with 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fouls. The Lady Cats have 2. This non-shooting foul. Breasia Ivory to throw in for the Lady Cats. They trail 11-2. 59 seconds, all that's left, first quarter. Ball over to Kinsey Willis. Willis on the dribble into the left corner. Nyla Lindley outside. Breasia Ivory down to Kate Womack. Her shot blocked, and Royse City picks it up. Driving down the court, Breasia Ivory pried it loose, but she'll get called for the foul, and that's going to be her second. That's her. She's the first player to get with the 2 fouls, and Addison Wall checks in for Breasia with those 2 fouls. Royse City leads 11-2, 41 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. Hutka drives into the lane. The pass is tipped down on the floor, and foul on Addison Wall on the loose ball. Not a popular call on this side. Foul number 1 for Addison Wall. And throwing in for Royse City will be Shelby Aldridge. And she gets it into Kaufman. Kaufman back to Aldridge, playing catch outside. Penetrate Aldridge over to Hutka. She'll shoot the 3. It's off, no good, but a Royse City rebound. McMahon tried to put up the shot. Royse City came up with the ball. Hutka kicks it back outside. Here's Weaver with a 3. That's good. They're going to call that a 2-point basket for Nicole Weaver. Royse City leads 14-2 with 3 seconds all that's left here. And Kenzie Willis, nobody on the Lady Cats team realized the shot clock was on their shoulders. Otherwise, they might have tried to launch a midcourt shot. I don't know if we have a midcourt shooter on the team, but that's the end of the first quarter, and dominated by Royse City and Lady Cats. Cold shooting and having trouble against the press. Royse City 13, the Lady Cats 2 after 1, and we'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this break. And getting ready to start the second quarter of play. Lady Cats had 2 points from Nyla Lindley. For Royse City, Macy Bookout had 5. Nicole Weaver had 4. Pettis had 2, and Anderson had 2. 13-2. And Royse City will have possession as we start the second quarter. Triggering the ball in will be Shelby Aldridge. And she throws in to Maggie Hutka. Hutka on the dribble. Right side it goes to Aldridge again. And now Hutka, she'll shoot the 3, and that's off, no good. Nyla Lindley and Hutka scrapping for the ball, and Hutka got to it. Royse City driving in. Hannah Cordell came up with the ball, but they were going to call a foul on Hannah. See what I said Saturday about the big girl always gets the foul. They get no benefit of the doubt. I don't know if it's just they stick out, but that's the first foul on Hannah Cordell. 2 foul shots coming here for Royse City. This one on the way. Swish. More free throws coming. Can't right now tell what number that is. 22, I think. Here's the second free throw. Both of them swish. And actually that was Nicole Weaver. So she's got 6 points. Royse City leads 15-2. 7:35 left in the second quarter. Addison Wall over to Kate Womack. Down to Kenzie Willis. Willis driving in, Euro step. Oh, she hit the shot. Nice shot by Kenzie Willis. She's got 2. And it's a 15-4 ball game now with 7:20 left in the second quarter. Maggie Hutka drives into the lane. Puts up the shot. Hit it off the glass. Hutka's first basket. She's got 2. Royse City leading 17-4, and now Royse City is dropping at least back to midcourt before they jump on the Lady Cats. Kate Womack, cross to Addison Wall, gets it Kenzie Willis. Ball pried loose, Kenzie got it back over Hannah Cordell, free throw line, outside Wall, the 3. Oh, out of there, no good. Why these rims are tight for the Lady Cats in this first half. They knocked the ball out of Kenzie Willis's hand, but they knocked it out of bounds. It'll be back to the Lady Cats. And Addison Wall will throw in for the Lady Cats. Royse City leading 17-4, 6:44 left here in the second quarter. Wall triggers in Kenzie Willis. Willis to the top of the key, dribbling. Gets it over Addison Wall. Right corner, Kate Womack. Inside, Hannah Cordell. Cordell put up the shot, no good. Nyla Lindley chased down the ball, and then it was knocked out of bounds by Royse City. Back to the Lady Cats. Wall will throw in. And Royse City will send Pettis back in. Also McKenna Anderson back in. And one other one. I'm not sure who that was. Kenzie Willis with the ball to Hannah Cordell, went through her hands. Royse City has it. They run. Down the court they come on the fast break. The layup is good. That was hit by Macy Bookout. She's got 7. Royse City leads 19-4 with 6:13 left here in the second quarter in the hands of Kenzie Willis. Willis stops. Back to Wall outside. Wall dribbling outside. Double team. Needs some help. Gets it over Kenzie Willis, left corner, Nyla Lindley. Outside, Willis will launch the three. It's off, no good, but Kate Womack the rebound. Gets it to Hannah Cordell. She couldn't hold the pass. Royse City picked it up, and then players knocked down. And Royse City was trying to rescue the ball right on the sideline, and they'll say Royse City was out of bounds as they touched the ball. Back to the Lady Cats. Royse City leads 19-4 here in the second quarter. 5:45 left here in the second quarter. Addison Wall to throw in for the Lady Cats. Gets it into Hannah Cordell. Over to Nyla Lindley. Down to Hannah Cordell. Short shot comes up short. Fans thought there was a foul there. Royse City gets it across the midline. Bookout drives in. Here's a short jumper. It hit the side of the backboard. Picked up Nyla Lindley over to Wall to Kenzie Willis. Willis across the midline. Hannah Cordell free throw line. Over to Kate Womack. Back to Cordell. Her jump shot is up and no good. And rebound by Pettis. Here comes Royse City, and a player lost control of the ball but got it under control and got the ball to Bookout out front from the point guard spot. Left side it comes to McKenna Anderson. Right corner for Royse City. That's Bookout. Down low, shot is put up, missed, no good. Got the rebound, follow shot is good. And that one was put in by McMahon. Lady Cats break the press over to Kate Womack. Got it down low. Nyla Lindley bounced off of her, but they'll say Royse City knocked it out of bounds. Got a hand in there. No, we had a foul. So Pettis with a foul. I believe that is her second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Royse City, both teams have 5 fouls. Breasia Ivory back in, gets it to Lindley from the free throw line. Off, no good. Royse City rebound in the hands of Pettis. Throws it down the court, but Royse City caught up to it. McMahon gets it to Bookout. Bookout will stop and pop the three. It's off the iron, and the rebound to Addison Wall. Wall gets it over to Kenzie Willis. Willis down court across the midline. Driving in, splits players, puts up the shot, a collision, and a blocking foul on Royse City.
Foul number 22.
McMahon picked up the foul. That's her first.
2-2 for the Wildcats. Willis.
And Kenzie Willis will shoot a pair here. Kenzie has 2 points. A free throw on the way. Good. So Kenzie Willis with 3. This is her third game back from that severe ankle injury. Had 10 points the first game and 16 against Texas High. Swish, both free throws. 4 points, Kenzie Willis. And the Lady Cats now trail 21-6. Anderson drives in, now back behind the arc. To the right side it goes. That's Bookout. Back to Anderson. Anderson into the lane. Oh, the ball's tipped and stolen. Breasia Ivory ahead of the field. Her right-handed layup good by Breasia Ivory, who has 2 points. Lady Cats down 21-8 now with 3:30 left in the second quarter. Bookout to Nicole Weaver. Back to Bookout on the right side. Bookout on the dribble. Gets it into Anderson, puts it up near the basket, no good. Fight for the rebound, we have a jump ball. Kate Womack in there with, I believe that's McMahon. And possession arrow to the Lady Cats as Hutka returns and will replace Anderson. This makes Royse City pretty tall now with Hutka and Pettis in there, but that's their starting lineup, so they start tall. Addison Wall over to Breasia Ivory. Gets it over Addison Wall. Wall on the dribble. Almost tied up. Finally got it to Breasia Ivory over to Kenzie Willis. Back to Wall. Wall drives toward the basket. Nyla Lindley got it in to Kate Womack. Short jumper came up short and then went off of Addison Wall. Royse City 21, the Lady Cats 8 with 2:48 left here in the second quarter. And the ball comes into Macy Bookout, and she heads slowly down the court. Probably clear the midline at about 7 or 8, but throws to Hutka. Hutka driving in, short jump shot off the glass, no good. Rebound, good rebound, Nyla Lindley. And a foul on McMahon, I believe. Kyla McMahon, that's her second. Foul number 7 for Royse City, so the Lady Cats go into the bonus with that 7th foul. The Lady Cats have 5. And so Nyla Lindley will have 1+1. She'll have to earn it. Nyla has 2 points, scored the first basket and only basket in the first quarter for the Lady Cats. Free throw is good. Oh my, that hit the back. Looked like it was going to come all the way out, but teetered on the rim and then went in. Good shooter's touch by Nyla. Has 3 points. We'll get another. Lady Cats have trimmed the lead down to 21-9. Just a 12-point lead. This free throw good by Nyla Lindley. 4 points. Lady Cats to within 11 now at 21-10. 2:30 left here in the second quarter. Bookout with the ball for Royse City. Bookout drives in, puts up the shot and hit it. Nice touch. Bookout has 9. And Royse City leads 23-10. 2:15 left here in the second quarter. Addison Wall. Ball knocked loose down on the floor. And looked like a jump ball finally called there as Addison Wall and Weaver for the Lady Bulldogs. And possession arrow to Royse City. Ball comes into Hutka and back to Bookout. She'll head across the midline. Royse City up 23-10, less than 2 to play, second quarter. Bookout drives in, missed the shot. There was a collision inside. And I think they came up with Breasia Ivory again, if that is her third. And Ivory will come out quickly, I think. Here's the free throw is good by Bookout. She's got 10 points already, double figures. She'll have another free throw coming as Hannah Cordell checks in. And Breasia Ivory with those 3 personal fouls checks out. Bookout with another free throw here. This one on the way. Got it. Coach's daughter. 25-10. Royse City leading the Lady Cats. 1:53 left here in the second quarter. Ball over to Addison Wall. Throws to Kate Womack. Got it across the midline to Kenzie Willis. Down low, Nyla Lindley puts up the shot. No good. And Nyla took the ball away after Royse City got the rebound, but shot goes up and misses. But another foul on Royse City here.
Foul number 22, McMahon.
McMahon got the foul. I show 3 on her. And sure enough, quickly they send Anderson in for McMahon. No, actually they send her in for Pettis. So they're going to let McMahon play with those 3 fouls, at least right now. Here's Hannah Cordell from the free throw line. Missed the free throw on the 1+1. And here comes Royse City leading 25-10 with 1:30 left here in the second quarter. Macy Bookout with the ball for Royse City. Number 10 ranked team, Class 5A. Ball was thrown to one of the Royse City ladies, and she lost it to the Lady Cats. Addison Wall's pass was knocked out of bounds by Royse City, but the Lady Cats will get it on the far side. And now they check McMahon out of there. And they brought in Kaufman. Ball comes into Kenzie Willis. Willis back to Addison Wall. She's way outside. Right side, Kenzie Willis. Down to Kate Womack, and she put it in. Good job of Kate to get open, and a nice pass by Kenzie Willis. First basket for Womack. Makes it 25-12. 55 seconds left here in the second quarter. Macy Bookout with the ball for Royse City. And got it down low to Hutka. Into the lane. Weaver puts up the shot and got it. Boy, Weaver's got a good touch on the shots as she has 8 points. Royse City leading 27-12 with 34 seconds left here in the second quarter. Kate Womack across the midline, pass tip, but makes it into Kenzie Willis. Willis double team, gets it back to Kate Womack, down to Hannah Cordell. Cordell puts up a short shot. Good by Hannah Cordell. That's her first bucket. Makes it 27-14, just 13 seconds left here in the second quarter. Bookout outside. They'll probably play for one. Bookout right side. Anderson thought about the three. Passes over. Player on the baseline. Oh, they waited too long. They got the ball in the hands of Bookout. And anyway, they did not get a shot off, so the Lady Cats dodged that bullet. And we've played half here. And it is Royse City 27 and the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs 14. That was a 12-point quarter for the Lady Cats, 14 for Royse City. So they didn't lose a whole lot of ground. They lost a couple of points, and they now trail by 13. But at least they started putting some points on the board rather than that 2-point first quarter. So Royse City 27, the Lady Cats 14. Players have headed to the locker rooms along with our game officials and members of the boys teams, Royse City and and Sulphur Springs are warming up, taking some shots here at the half, and they'll have the second game that'll be coming up probably somewhere between 7:30 and 8 o'clock this evening. And let's go ahead and take a break here. We'll add up all the scoring and tell you who scored what, as Royse City here at home leading the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs by the score of 27-14. Let's take a break. We'll be back in a moment. You know, the Royse City Lady Bulldogs have still not made it back out on the court. Boy, Dallas Bookout is going over a lot of things with them. The Lady Cats have been out for a while warming up, and our three officials are now back out on the court, including a young lady out there that's right there with them. Royse City boys team still getting in some shots. The Wildcats team had to vacate the court so the Lady Cats could warm up a little bit. And about another 40 seconds. And, well, really, again, we have not seen Royse City. So they have yet to put in an appearance. They're having a long halftime. And Lady Cats are going to send out Kenzie Willis, Addison Wall, Kate Womack, Nyla Lindley, and Hannah Cordell. I believe that was their starting lineup. There went the horn. Let's see if Royse City reacts to that. But have not seen them since they went in at halftime. They lay down. Oh boy, that was a long blast on the horn. Somebody at scorer's table getting, here comes Royse City now. They come out of that locker room led by Hutka, just a sophomore. I remember her last year as a big, tall. They used her on point guard. She's like 6'1" point guard. Of course, Kenzie Willis is the same thing for the Lady Cats. And the Lady Cats start with possession of the ball in the third quarter. Addison Wall's got it outside the arc and bounces it back over to Kenzie Willis. Here's a long pass toward Nyla Lindley. It looked like she didn't see the ball, and it just sailed right past her, but I think Royse City must have got a hand on it or something, knocked it out of bounds. Lady Cats will throw it in. Here's Kate Womack. Gets it out. Kenzie Willis open for the three. It's off. No good. Rebound comes down. Royse City had it. Kenzie Willis took it away. Tried to get it over to Hannah Cordell, and then I think if she would have left that alone, that would have been Lady Cat's ball, but she tried to get it and went out of bounds with the ball, so back to Royse City. 27-14, 7:30 left here in the third quarter. And Macy Bookout for the Lady Bulldogs over to Hutka. Over to Pettis outside. And gets it over to Anderson. Anderson kicks it over to Bookout. Thought about the three. Into the corner it goes. Pettis driving toward the basket. Here's a shot from the lane. Oh, a good banker there by Kyla McMahon, who has 4 points. Royse City leads 29-14. About 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. Addison Wall got it across the midline to Kenzie Willis. Oh, she tried to get it back to Kate Womack and threw it out of bounds on the turnover. Back to Royse City. Lady Cats have got to cut down on those turnovers if they're ever going to amount to anything. Hutka driving, got it over to Pettis outside the arc. Comes to Anderson. Anderson driving in over in the corner. Here's Hutka for the long shot. That miss, no good. Ball is tipped out, and Pettis ran it down. Back out to Bookout. Bookout driving inside the arc. Bounce down low. Hannah Cordell guarding McMinn. Looked like she got the block, but they're going to call a foul on Hannah Cordell. It will be her second, I believe.
Foul number 32, Cordell of the Wildcats.
That's the first foul of the second half. And Kyla McMinn shooting free throws. She's got 4 points and no free throws. And that one hit the rim several times, but fell off. She'll have another one coming here. 6:23 left in the third quarter. Royse City up 29-14. That free throw good, and they hit the 30 mark. Royse City 30, the Lady Cats 14, with 6:22 and counting here in the third quarter. Ball to Addison Wall, back to Kate Womack. Got it across the midline to Addison Wall to Kinsey Willis. Willis was starting a move and slipped and fell and got called for traveling. Back to Royse City after the turnover. Comes into Bookout across the midline. Over to Hutka. Hutka drives in. Here's Anderson for the three. Good. McKenna Anderson, her first three, has got 5 points. Royse City leading 33-14 with 5:53 left in the third quarter. Addison Wall across the midline over to Kate Womack. Womack back to Wall. She's left open for the three. Miss, no good. And the rebound to Hutka. And here comes Hutka across the midline. Left side, Bookout. Thought about the long three. Now drives in the lane. Down to McMinn, who put it in. Good assist by Bookout. 7 points for McMinn. And Royse City leading 35-14. Just like the first quarter, Lady Cats having trouble getting out of the gate here. Kinsey Willis drives into the lane, puts up the shot, miss, no good. Hutka with another rebound. And across the midline she goes. Penetrates in, working against Nyla Lindley. Got it over to Bookout. Bookout drives in. Oh, she took steps. And turnover on Royse City. It'll be back to the Lady Cats. They didn't let the officially touch the ball before he threw the ball over to the Lady Cats. So he recalled that and made sure they did that. Addison Wall across the midline took Kinsey Willis. Down low to Nyla Lindley. Oh, she had a girl on her back there. McMinn, I believe. And that will be, I show 4 fouls on her. Now, my book might be wrong. Each team with 1 foul here in the third quarter. Nyla Lindley from the free throw line. Nyla's free throw is good. Nothing but net. Nyla is 3 for 3 from the foul line tonight. Has 5 points. Boy, she did a fake that time, was going to put the ball up and had a girl on her back. That one off the rim, no good, and rebounded by Hutka. Royse City leads 35-15, 4:36 left here in the third quarter. Bookout drives in, the shot good. Her first point in the quarter, points, has 13 now in the game, had 11 at the half. 37-15, Royse City leads. Now that ball just went right through the hands of Hannah Cordell. Could not grab onto it. So it'll go back to Royse City. And, you know, again, that's a sign of youth. You have to learn how to catch the ball. There's some NBA players have trouble catching the ball. But, you know, that's one of those things you work on over and over. Royse City, into the lane they go. Here's a shot put up. Oh, fell out of there, no good. Good rebound by Kate Womack. She was driving out of there and got knocked to the floor. And the foul will be, I think, on Pettis. Yes. That's the third foul on Pettis. She checks out, and coming in is Kaufman. Royse City 37, the Lady Cats 15. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Willis throws down low to Lindley. Here's Wall with a three. That is off, no good. Rebound by Hutka. Hutka quickly across the midline. Encounters Nyla Lindley. Now stops, gets it over to Bookout. Royse City 37, the Lady Cats 15 with 3:40 left in the third quarter. Kaufman with the ball. Bounces to Hutka. Hutka drives in off the glass and hit it. Maggie Hutka with 4 points. 39-15, the lead by Royse City. 3:25 left, third quarter. Kate Womack has it. Cross court pass, Kinsey Willis. She'll shoot the three. That is off, no good. Rebound Hutka. Well, she got a ton of rebounds on the defensive end for Royse City. And Hutka dribbling and dishes off to Kaufman. Kaufman drives in, back to Hutka. Thought about the three, now drives in. Put up the shot, missed it. Rebound Royse City, follow shot, no good. And Kate Womack came out of there with it. Gives it to Breasia Ivory now in there. Lady Cats trail 39-15, 2:49 left here in the third quarter. Pass intercepted Royse City, and they have a young lady that was ahead of the field. She did not catch the ball cleanly. The Lady Cats caught up, but there's a three by Bookout, and it's good. Bookout with 5 in the quarter and 16 in the game. Royse City leading 42-15. Breasia Ivory back to Addison Wall. Wall dribbling outside, throws it Kinsey Willis. Over to Nyla Lindley, driving toward the basket. Good layup by Nyla Lindley. Nyla creating her own shot nicely, has 7 points. And the score now 42-17 with 2:08 left here in the third quarter. And here's a drive in by Bookout, and it was a tie ball by Kinsey Willis. Kinsey doing a good job there. It'll be back to Royse City on the possession. But Kinsey, a good job of tying up and not getting a foul there. Bookout to throw in. And throws it in. The shot was put up by Weaver, and the shot was blocked out of bounds by Hannah Cordell. That's some of that that Coach Tisdale sees a sign of potential greatness. There's a ball comes into Hutka, and she laid it in. She now has 6, has 4 in the quarter. 44-17, Royse City leads. Here's a Euro step, and the ball is laid up and in by Kinsey Willis. Willis with 6, makes it 44-19 with 1:38 left here in the third quarter. Bookout across the midline for the Lady Bulldogs. Gets a screen from Hutka. Driving into the lane, dishes off. Weaver stops. Hutka free throw line, driving in, put up a kind of a wild looking shot, but drew the foul. Foul on Nyla Lindley, that's her second. So Hutka would shoot 2 here. I do not believe she has had any foul shots. No, has not. Free throw on the way is good. Rattled a little bit, but went home. 5 in the quarter, 7 in the game for Hutka as Bookout checks out. And Maggie Hutka with another free throw coming. This one on the way, good, nothing but net. 6 in the quarter, 8 in the game. And the Lady Cats trail 46-19. They get it inside, it comes to Hannah Cordell, but missed the shot inside. Royse City got the rebound, but the young lady took off before in the ball. She kind of lost control of the ball, so got called for traveling, moving without the ball under control. So back to the Lady Cats and throwing in Breasia Ivory. Triggers it out to Kinsey Willis. Wall, that might have been behind the arc, off, no good. And another rebound underneath for Maggie Hutka. Across the midline for Royse City. They lead 46-19. 1 minute left in the third quarter. Here's a long three by Royse City. In and out, no good. Ball is tipped and controlled by Nyla Lindley. Lindley driving down the court. Her shot blocked by Hutka. And then here comes Maggie the other way across the midline for Royse City. Guarded closely by Nyla Lindley. Here's another long three by Royse City. Off, no good. Good rebound, Nyla Lindley. And as she was trying to pass the ball out, she moved her feet. You got to stay still as you throw that pass. I'm sure that's what some of the things that Brittany Tisdale is yelling out onto the court right now. Back to Royse City after the turnover. It's Royse City 46 and the Ladycats 19 with 29.5 seconds left here in the third quarter. Ball is triggered into Maggie Hutka. And here's a shot behind the arc. It's an air ball, no good. Thrown in by Royse City, but they were out of bounds. Back to the Ladycats, 25.3 left here in the third quarter. Royse City 46 and the Ladycats 19. Unlike the first time these two teams played, when the Ladycats had over 40 points, the Ladycats really not scoring tonight, and they just threw the ball away. Right to Maggie Hutka. Here comes Hutka down with 11 seconds left to play. Now the ball pried loose. Breasia Ivory has great speed. She's ahead of the field and hits the layup. Nice job by Bree, who has 4 points. And there's the end of the third quarter before Royse City can get off the half-court shot. So we're at the half. No, excuse me, we're at the third quarter. Time flies when you're having a good time. 19 points in the third quarter for Royse City, and the Ladycats had 7. So the score after 3, Royse City 46 and the Ladycats 21. We'll take the break here. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter right after this break. And fourth quarter getting underway now, and the Ladycats of Sulphur Springs will have the ball as we start the fourth quarter. Royse City leads 46-21. Ball comes into Breasia Ivory, and she's across the midline. Bree is double teamed. Pass tipped and stolen by Royse City. Here's Hutka. Hutka across the midline. Passed over to a teammate driving in, put up the shot, missed it, but drew the foul. Shot was put up by Shelby Aldridge. Foul was on Kenzie Willis. I show that to be her very first. Here's Aldridge from the free throw line. She has not shot free throws and misses that one. So 0 for 1. We'll get another one here. Shelby Aldridge. I don't have a classification, but Coach Bookout told me the only one senior on this team. That's his daughter. 2 missed free throws, but Royse City got the rebound. Here's a 3 by Anderson. It's no good. And Nyla Lindley gets it and steams down the court. Lindley still heading to the basket. Stops, gets it to Cordell. 10-footer, good by Hannah Cordell. She's got 4. Ladycats trim the lead down to 23 at 46-23. 7:25 left in the third quarter. Here's a pass across court, stolen by Breasia Ivory. Ivory heading back down the court, puts up the layup, missed it. And a good defensive rebound there by Royse City Anderson. Then she came out of there with it. And I think Breasia Ivory's going to pick up the foul. That is correct. And Bree now has 4 in my book. And the ball comes in now to Aldridge across the midline for Royse City. Gets it over to Kaufman. Kaufman drives in. Back out to Anderson. Anderson in the lane. And here's a player, Aldridge, driving in. Oh, put it in with a left hand. Aldridge, 2 points in the ball game. Royse City leads 48-23. 6:46 left in the fourth quarter. Hannah Cordell gets it into Kenzie Willis. Drives toward the basket. Missed. No good. Follow shot. Nyla Lindley is good. Nyla Lindley has 9. 48-25. 6:30 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Aldridge driving in. Put up the shot. Missed it, but a follow shot by Royse City. No good. They're still scrapping for it, and Addison Wall came out of there with it. Addison 1 on 3. She drives down, stops, gets it to Willis. Lets the traffic go by. Back to Wall. Long 3. Oh, that was no good. Okay, back to Royse City. 6:10 left in the fourth quarter. And Royse City 48, the Ladycats 25. Royse City now playing with Aldridge. And I think Bookout's back in there now with the ball, yes. And she drives to the free throw line, continues to head in. Now over to Hutka. Hutka's outside the arc, working against Nyla Lindley. Here's a pass over to Bookout. She'll shoot the 3. That's off, no good. Rebound, Nyla Lindley. Nyla, well, she turns and heads down the court. Oh, there was a contact. Oh, how could that be an offensive foul? Boy, they gave Bookout a great She was really moving her feet trying to get in front. But anyway, that's a tough call. That's that 50-50 call. And it just did not look like any set feet to me. But I guess they could say that Nyla Lindley initiated the contact. That's the only way that could be called. Royse City with the ball. Hutka in the lane. Nyla Lindley falls. Crowd didn't like that one after Ladycats got that charge. And now Nyla Lindley pried the ball loose. It's right on the sideline, and they say Royse City touched it last. And Hutka didn't like that. Official, sometimes they turn the deaf ear. They just don't want to hear it. 48 for Royse City, 25 for the Ladycats. 5:16 left here in the fourth quarter. Kate Womack over to Breasia Ivory. Down to Hannah Cordell and back to Breasia. Breasia driving in over to Hannah Cordell, driving to the basket. Missed the layup. Rebound Hutka. Maggie Hutka, long pass toward Bookout. She catches it. She's in the lane. Got 3 defenders on her. Kicks it out to Pettis. Hutka will shoot the 3. Missed it. But a foul on Nyla Lindley, and that'll mean 3 foul shots.
Foul number 13, the Wildcats.
Unless
shooting 3.
Yes, shooting 3. That's what I thought. I thought Hutka was behind the line. So she'll get 3. She's 2 for 2 and swishes that one home. Has 9 in the game. Kind of a pedestrian scoring game for Hutka. But she could have a big fourth quarter here. That free throw misses. Here comes the third one. She is 3 out of 4 in the game. This will be her 5th coming. Royse City trying to double up the Ladycats here, and the free throw good, nothing but net. 10 points for Hutka, 50-25 with 4:48 left here in the fourth quarter. Kate Womack in the backcourt. Stops, gets it over to Breasia Ivory. And she gets it over to Hannah Cordell. Cross court to Kate Womack. Tried to get it inside. Stolen by Bookout. And driving down is Kaufman for Royse City. Gives it over to Hutka. Put up the shot. Missed it. No good. Rebound. Kate Womack. Womack dribbles out of there with the ball. Gives it over to Breasia Ivory. Ivory across the midline. Double team. Got it to Hannah Cordell. Cross court. Kate Womack. She'll line up the 3. That one's off. No good. And Breasia Ivory got the rebound. It's a long rebound up to Kenzie Willis, down to Hannah Cordell. She sent it down to Nyla Lindley. Missed the shot, but will shoot 2 after being fouled by Royse City.
12 Bulldogs. Aldridge.
I believe that was on Kaufman. Her second, I believe that was right. Nyla Lindley from the free throw line, and that one's off the front iron, no good. Nyla is 3 out of 5 from the free throw line. McMinn checks in, and checking out is Aldridge for Royse City. Nyla Lindley, another free throw on the way. Good by Nyla. And Nyla Lindley has 10 points for the Ladycats. 50-26. 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Bookout. Bookout drives in, gives it over to Pettis. Pettis drives toward the basket. Short jumper, good. That was Zariah Pettis, who has 4 points. And timeout taken on the court. 3:46 left here in the fourth quarter. It's Royse City 52 and the Ladycats 26. We'll take the break with them, and we'll be back in a moment. And coming out of the break now, as teams just now are breaking out of there. Royse City 52, the Ladycats 26. There's 3:46 still left here in the fourth quarter, as the Lady Bulldogs try to go 6-0 in district play. Ladycats trying to avoid going 1-5, but going to have a miraculous comeback right here at this point, down by 26. They're in the backcourt with the ball. Breasia Ivory got it over to Kate Womack, down to Kenzie Willis. The ball tipped from behind and stolen by Royse City. In the hands of Maggie Hutka across the midline. Right side it goes to Kaufman. Kaufman kicks it back outside to Bookout. And Bookout back to Pettis. Right side it goes. Kaufman. She'll put up that left-handed 3. That's off. No good. Nyla Lindley the rebound. Nyla turns and runs and dribbles down the court. puts up the shot, missed it, got her own rebound, but lost it down on the floor. And then Hutka was trying to get control of the ball, and she was out of bounds. So to go back to the Lady Cats with 3:10 to play here in the fourth quarter, and Royse City's up 52-26. Breasia Ivory. Kinsey Willis with the three, no good. Kate Womack the rebound. Got it into Kinsey. Tried to put up a shot. It was blocked by somebody with Royse City in there, and then they get control of the ball. Here comes Bookout. Less than 3 to play in the fourth quarter. Royse City up by 26. Hutka inside the arc, off no good. Kate Womack the rebound. Gets it over to Breasia Ivory. We're in the last 2:43 and counting. Over to Kate Womack. Back to Breasia Ivory. Down to Hannah Cordell outside the arc. Hannah drives in, now stops. Cross court, Breasia Ivory into the lane. Kinsey Willis. Willis put up a shot, no good. Hannah Cordell tried to save it, and then Pettis came down with it. Long pass. Breasia Ivory almost got it, but it ends up, Bookout picks it up. Bree, very athletic. Chaos out there, I'm telling you. There's Bookout out to Kaufman. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Kaufman driving in. Tried to get it down low, did to McMinn. She's guarded by Cordell. Got it out to Pettis. Cross court, Kaufman thought about the three. Drives along the baseline, put up the shot. No good. Good rebound, Kinsey Willis. But then the ball came down to the floor, and have a jump ball there. Tall girls will learn that you bring that ball down, makes you a short girl. Because anybody can get a hand on that and you bring that ball down to the floor. Try to hold that ball over the head. You watch Day Hall sometime. All those tall players, they try to hold that ball over the head. Here out to Pettis. Here's a three by Royse City, off, no good. And the rebound to Nyla Lindley. And she got it down to Addison Wall. Wall double team. Got it back to Nyla. Well, it was about a 1 foot pass, and Lady Cats just struggling to try to get it across the midline. And I think they may have picked up a Royse City foul. 1:33 left here in the fourth quarter. 52-26. Royse City to go 6-0. The Lady Cats will be 1-5. Lady Cats road trip will continue with the third game of the road trip. Here's Addison Wall, the three, off, no good. Hutka the rebound. And here comes Royse City. Just over 1 to play. Hutka driving in, puts up the shot, missed the shot, but draws fouls and will shoot a couple of foul shots.
Foul number 13 in the Wildcats. Lindley.
And I don't know, maybe Lindley just fouled out. Yeah, she went over and shook Dallas Bookout's hand. So Nyla Lindley fouls out with 10 points.
For the Bulldogs, number 12, Shelby Aldridge.
Shelby Aldridge checks in. She'll replace Macy Bookout. Her evening is done.
For the Wildcats, number 20.
As Bookout had 16 points in the ball game. Got all those in 3 quarters. Has not scored in the fourth here. Here's Hutka's free throw is good. She's had 3 free throws here in the quarter for 11 points. And Maggie Hutka with another one coming here. This one on the way, got them both. Royse City 54, the Lady Cats 26. Hutka's out now, her evening is done. And Nicole Weaver checks back in for Royse City. Addison Wall, back to Breasia Ivory. Over to Hannah Cordell to Kinsey Willis driving in, her shot blocked. And then Royse City came up with it. It looked like a jump ball, but a foul was called.
Foul number 32 with the Wildcats.
And Hannah Cordell picks up the foul, her third.
Number 22 with the Bulldogs,
Kyla McMinn at the free throw line. She's had 7 points in the ball game. She's 1 out of 2 from the foul line. Just 1:01 left here in the ball game. Free throw out of there, no good on the 1+1. There is no +1 when you don't make the first one. Lady Cats with the ball now down 54-26 in the last minute. Addison Wall over Breasia Ivory. Down to Kinsey Willis outside. Wall the three, and that's off, no good. Good Hannah Cordell kept that ball alive. Breasia Ivory got it. They leave her alone for the three. Missed the shot. Kenzie Willis comes up with a rebound. Kicks it out to Addison Wall. Wall had it stolen by Anderson. Anderson driving down the court. Puts up the shot. Missed it. Boy, that chaos again. Breasia Ivory made her miss that shot, I think. Here's Kate Womack driving down. Over to Kenzie Willis. Wall, another open three, and that one is good. Needed a little help, but it goes for Wall. That's her first bucket for three. That makes it 54-29, and that's going to be the end of the ball game there, as Royse City is just going to dribble out the last few seconds. And Royse City wins this by the score of 54-29. Lady Cats had 8 in the final quarter, and Royse City also had 8. So it's just kind of wrapping things up there as Royse City wins this one by the score of 54-29. So Royse City leading all the way 13-2 after one quarter, 27-14 at the half, 46-21 after three quarters, and the final score 54-29. Let's send it back to James Terry as the Wildcats come out to begin warming up here. And I'm sure eventually Royse City will do the same, even though I do not see them out on the court yet. But I'm sure they will make their appearance shortly, and what crowd they have that's braved the elements and come out tonight will be giving them a pretty good hand. Not a bad crowd on hand, certainly. Wildcats, this is a lot of gym to try to fill up on this side. There's a lot of seats. Anyway, we'll send it back to James Terry, and we'll come back and tell you who scored what, as Royse City goes to 6-0 in district play with a 54-29 win over the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs. We'll be back in a moment and tell you who scored what. But let's give you the scoring. First of all, for number 10 ranked Royse City, number 10 team in 5A, goes to 23-5 on the season and 6-0 in district play. They were led by their senior Macy Bookout, who had 16 points and had a couple of threes. Maggie Hutka, the big 6'1" player, last year was a point guard, and this year they kind of move her around. But she sure picked up the defensive rebounds tonight, but Hutka had 12. After that, 8 points for Nicole Weaver, had 7 for Kyla McMahon, 5 points for McKenna Anderson, 4 points Zariah Pettis, and 2 points for Shelby Aldridge. Scoring for Royse City's Lady Bulldogs. Again, 13, 14, 19, and 8 for the Lady Dogs. For the Lady Cats, Nyla Lindley led the way with 10 points. And Nyla had 4 free throws and then 3 baskets for 10. After that, Kenzie Willis had 6, had 4 for Breasia Ivory and 4 for Hannah Cordell, and 2 points for Kate Womack. And for the Lady Cats, 29. They had 2, 12, 7, and 8. As they averaged just a tad over 7 points a quarter tonight, so did not have as good of an offensive punch as they did the first time in their own gym. So the Lady Cats go to 1-5 in district play, 8-21 for the season. Next up for the Lady Cats, as the Wildcats and Bulldogs will be starting in just about 10 minutes. I'll have to quickly check the watch here. Looks like it'll be just a minute or two after 8 o'clock. So we're a tad tardy here. But once again, the next action for the Lady Cats, they'll be at Lindale on Friday. And again, KSST will be there. Doug and I are very familiar with that gym at Lindale. We've done a lot of playoff basketball there. And so we're well familiar with that gym. We've been in this gym a time or two. Mainly a nightmarish volleyball game. If Coach Manus, if you happen to be listening, you might want to quit listening to talk about that Wiley East playoff game that we had in here. That was my first experience broadcasting in here, and I haven't gotten over it yet. We are so doggone high, and Doug had to drop me down about 10 rows so that I could make out one team from the other. It is really, it is a high gym in here. seems a little bit better suited for basketball than volleyball for one reason or the other. I can see that maybe it's just these uniforms, these blue and white Wildcats and white and dark Royse City uniforms are easy to see. So that's going to do it. James Terry running spots back at the station. Doug Haston shooting the video tonight and also did all the engineering. The live stream working again. And so I hope we've figured out what plagued us in Texas High and have solved the problem. We certainly hope that's the case. I'm Don Julian with your play-by-play. Once again, our final score here from Royse City, the Royse City Lady Bulldogs 54 and the Ladycats of Sulphur Springs 29. We appreciate so much you joining us this evening, and so long, everybody.